This guy has megalomania. That's what he has. And now people have found out who he is. Sits somewhere, looks at the country, thinks there's some opportunity to make himself popular. He calls himself Osajifo and all kinds of things. Fix the country, which is a good idea. That's what I was just talking about creating local entrepreneurs to fix the country. Our country is not fixed, not just because we've bad political leaders before. Yes, we've had them before. And we've had bad political leaders. That's not just the problem. The problem is that we have not understood the context of development. We have not understood it. The British have understood it. The Americans have understood it. The context of development is to be homegrown. That's important. That's the only thing I like about Sir Tekpe. When he was finance minister, he's called something homegrown. That's the context of development. If you don't understand the context of development, you'll be used as a poodle and you won't even know you are being used because your heart of envy is being, stirred up. This guy sits there and he wants some megalomania and wants to become somebody. So he doesn't want to do any work. People have worked hard to become somebody, to play football, to do that. He just comes. Okay, so people agree with him. Now this morning I had a very interesting comment on Joy FM. I can't remember who made it, you see, because there are three of them talking, so I'm not really sure who is saying it. Now, the guy said that when Vomaho was first arrested over this comment about coup d'etat, that he will make a coup, useless army and all of those things, he thought that, this guy he doesn't have any gun, he can't make a coup. But he said this morning that it looks like the guy is beginning to challenge that in his mind, that the guy is trying to say that, no, don't think that I can't do anything, I can do it. And I like what the IGP wrote to him. He goes on a demonstration and says that he wants to arm demonstrators. That kind of talk, insane talk like that he wants to arm demonstrators. And the next minute he's on social media begging. What is he begging for? Are you sick? You think we are jokers here? They are so childish and infantile. They think this nation building is some child play, is some foolishness. So they just come from London and they think it's some child's play. And they have megalomania, their shoulders are hard and their head. That's the issue. And viewers, we need to deal with these kinds of things. We all cannot be MPP, we all cannot be NDC. We all shouldn't be MPP and we all shouldn't be NDC. But we must agree on certain fundamental principles that we don't want such foolishness in our society. This is foolishness. You tell the police that I am writing to you that I want to come and do a demonstration, but I want to arm my people because I'm not sure that the police will protect me. Police in America have had incidences where people have died in demonstration. Police in the United Kingdom have had those incidences. Police everywhere have those incidences. Policing is a very difficult job. So every now and again, something like that happens to the police. Would somebody write to the American police, say in New York or DC, and say that I want to do a demonstration because the other day police shot into the people, I want to have a gun? What goes through your head? Let me show you put a police statement over there, let's look at it. Let's agree that we will move forward without foolishness. Let's agree on that. And then let's move for MPP win, NDC win, anybody can win. Republicans win, Democrats win, Labour win, Conservative win, that's okay. But when we are agitating, Kumi Preko agitation is okay, that's okay. Let's have people who have common sense to come in, not people who have megalomania, who just want to become something overnight cheaply. This is the police statement. Let's see what the police said. The Accra Regional Police Command on Sunday, May 29, 2022, received a notice of intention to embark on a demonstration from a group of persons, including, and I like the list here, Adom-Otchere Efrifa Mensah, who has issued his statement about Fix the Country already, Captain Gosbrain Smart, our good friend, Benjamin Dako, and Oliver Baka Vomawo. Okay. Among other things, the notice indicated the following. A, that the demonstrators intend to embark on a 3-day demonstration starting from June 4th, 2022. Okay, that's the kind of, the choice of June 4th, just to try and build up from the Rawlings. June 4th is a Black Monday. June 4th, 1979 is a Black Monday. Nobody wants to remember. It's banished from our history. It's not even Professor Mills and John Mahama did not make it a holiday. But when you have opportunists who are insane, that's the date they choose. An opportunist who is insane, madman, is the one who chooses June 4th to try and show something. Because June 4th does not belong to you. June 4th belongs to some people. It is their thing. And June 4th itself has had a very checkered history, such that beginning from it being a holiday, it is no longer a holiday in the government of NDC governments. Mills, Mahama did not celebrate June 4th. So when Professor Mills was president, he woke up on June 4th 2009, it was not a holiday. When John Mahama was president, he woke up on June 4, 2013. It was not a holiday because they both understood the context within which we have to banish that June 4th out of our system. We will not forget June 4th, but we remember June 4th so that we can say never again. If you are an opportunist who is insane, June 4th is the date that you will be choosing to do the things you did. That's why he's run into the embarrassing difficulties that he finds himself in. Okay, June 4th, he says that the demonstrators intend to contract a private security company to provide protection for the demonstrators. Haven't you read the Public Order Act? And he says he's a lawyer. You have read the Public Order Act. Does the Public Order Act say anywhere that you can have private security to protect you when you're doing a demonstration? Didn't George Addo, the NDC youth organizer, didn't he run a demonstration? Did he say he wanted private security? The Public Order Act is clear on how these things can happen. You must be insane. You must have megalomania. You must be mad to write to the police and say you want to use private security. You haven't even heard the words, viewers. Those of you who are seeing it for the first time, you haven't heard the words. Let's move on. It continues that the demonstrators and the contracted private security personnel will be armed with weapons. Foolish boy. Can you imagine that? That's why Captain Smart said he didn't write it. That's why Adom-Otchere says, I don't know anything about it. Because they've seen that the guy is insane. You write to police and say that the demonstrators to contract a private security person, they will be armed. The demonstrators and the security will be armed. Where are you going to get the arms from? In Ghana, we don't have the rules in America where you can just buy ammunition. He's going to buy ammunition. Where is he getting the ammunition from? And he thought that he was just joking. That is you see, they are so petty. And he wrote to Captain Smart in the WhatsApp message that has gone viral that he wants to make the letter to the police more scary. Who was he scaring? And now he comes and he's apologizing. What are you apologizing for? This? Are you apologizing for this? I reckon that the Attorney General took quite a bit of time in making a decision to prosecute him one way or the other over these school issues. But this afternoon, the prosecution has come out. And we'll read to you what the DPP is saying, what they are going to talk about in court against him. Because the guy has a problem. He genuinely has a problem. He's young, so we love him. Young people always have something to offer. So we love young people. Everyone must love young people when we are doing nation building. But not young people who have megalomania and who are mad. You can't deal with people like that. Look at what he wrote to the police. He said that the demonstrators and the contracted private security personnel will be armed with weapons. You are writing to the police that you'll be armed with weapons. The police are the organization who can give you license to hold a weapon. That the police can do that. And you are writing to, he thought he was joking. You are writing to police say that you will be armed. Now the people say we don't know anything about him. Everybody is giving him up. And he wrote on Facebook and said failure is an orphan. But what did you expect? I mean, sometimes I don't understand how people behave like that. As I'm saying, we need to build a country. We need to fix a country. We have political parties. People can join the political party that they want. But when it comes to the argument, when it comes to the narrative, when it comes to the conversation about the future of our country, let's be sure that insane persons are not having a role in the conversation. People who are insane, they should not have a role in this conversation. How can you write to the police and say that the demonstrators and the contracted private security personnel will be armed with weapons? You are writing to the police and you are telling them that I want a demonstration. My demonstrators will be armed with weapons. What's the meaning of that? That the armed demonstrators, he continues, will picket at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC, and the Ghana Police Headquarters. What's wrong with the guy? They are armed. They should come and sit at GBC, the State Broadcasters House. They are holding guns. What are they holding the guns for? Where will they get the guns from? What kind of license will govern the guns? Has he read the Public Order Act? What kind of reckless lawlessness is this? It can only be megalomania, and it can come from a man who is insane. That's what you get. Then he says that at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC, they will demand to speak directly to the nation on TV and lay out their grievances. I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? He is going to GBC to go and sit there, and even John Mahama, the former president, who is the opposition leader, will not make such a demand. And if John Mahama were to make such a demand, it will make sense. Look at him. Vomawo, he is a PhD student somewhere. He's a lawyer with his megalomania. He's demanding that when he is doing his demonstration, he wants to go to the state broadcaster and broadcast directly to the nation. The guy is mad. I think that maybe, for those of you who love him, send him to the psychiatric hospital tomorrow. Dr. Asare is still around. The one when present, Dr. Asare was great. Dr. Asare is still around, isn't it? Please, catch that guy and you'll be doing him a lot of good. You'll be doing him a lot of good. Put him in a car boot. Drive him straight to Dr. Asare. Beg Dr. Asare that have a look at this guy for us. We beg. We love him. He's young. He has a lot to offer. Have a look at him for us. I think that's the solution to his problem. His megalomania problem, the delusions of self-grandeur that afflicts all those other people. It looks like maybe because he's been chatting with them, it has afflicted him too. Otherwise, if you are not under delusions of self-grandeur, why would you write a letter like this to the police? That's why Captain Smart came quick. But Captain Smart doesn't want to be disrespected by right-thinking Ghanaians. Any right-thinking Ghanaians will look at this guy and say, there's a problem with him. Captain Smart doesn't want that. He says, hey, I don't have anything to do with that letter. That letter was amended by Vomao. It has nothing to do with me. Adom-Otchere says, I don't have anything to do with it. It is Vomao who did it. And it is him who did it. Only him will do these kinds of things. Yeah, people want to demonstrate. Yes, they can demonstrate all day long. That's how the republic is. We are not a banana republic. We're a democracy. So demonstration is allowed. The Constitution guarantees it. The Public Order Act regulates it. So you can demonstrate. But you write to the police that I'm coming to demo, I want to be armed and all kinds of, I want to go to GBC and speak directly to a nation about your grievances. Grievances, really? Well, we would like to assure the public that the police service is ready and willing to provide the necessary protection for any lawful demonstration in the country. However, in this case, the service is of the view that the nature and character of the demonstration as intended is inconsistent with the Public Order Act. Thank you. Lawyers should read the Public Order Act. I like that the police refer to it. If you read the Public Order Act, it regulates demonstrations. The Constitution guarantees the right to demonstrate. The Public Order Act regulates it. So if you are applying to the police to demonstrate, you go according to the Public Order Act. And every now and again, the police get these reports. The NDC did a demonstration about the economic situation in the country. George Parado led it the other day. They went according to the Public Order Act. So the police is bemused that hasn't this guy seen the Public Order Act and is talking about weapons and all of that? We are therefore, the police says, unable to provide security for a demonstration which is in flagrant violation of the Public Order Act 1994, Act 49, and has the potential to result in a breach of public order and public safety. The service has reached out to the organizers to reconsider their proposal and work with the police towards the organization of a lawful, peaceful, and successful demonstration. Okay. We wish to assure the public, that's the police speaking, that in the interest of public safety and security, the police are putting in place all necessary measures to ensure that unauthorized persons do not march in the street with weapons. Of course not. Of course not. Unauthorized persons cannot march in the street with weapons. This is a democracy. Why will anybody do that? Then he goes on his Facebook page and he puts a flyer there. I think, Charlie, those of you who know the guy, Dr. Asare, I think he's still there. Take him, put him in your car boots, drive him straight there, present him to Dr. Asare. Tell Dr. Asare, have a look at this guy. The guy needs to be looked at. The guy needs to be looked at. And we need young people to start raising their voices about what kind of model that we use to build this nation. What model should we use? Everybody must have an opinion. Every young person must have an opinion. Let's talk about it and drive it. I have an opinion. I've shared with you. I think some articles in the Constitution must be amended. I believe that the only way is to amend the superstructure so that we can drill it down. Other people have different ideas. We can talk about it. And it's important that young people begin this conversation. But not this way, not this reckless, irresponsible, and insane way of doing things. That's totally reckless. And it speaks of people. And the other day, he was being defended. That he was driving to court and the police arrested him. This is the kind of guy. Okay, this is the same guy that Dr. Tuguba. Put Dr. Tuguba's letter there. Let me remind him of the kind of guy that he was dealing with. This is the same guy. The same guy that Dr. Tuguba wrote about. It is him. It is here. I have the honor to refer your letter to so-and-so, 28 March 2013, concerning the above subject, and to inform you that Mr. Mauseho Vomawo, Foreign Service Officer A5, will report to your office on 1st April 2013 as requested. Please accept the assurance of our highest regard. This is a letter coming from the Foreign Service for Raymond Tuguba, looking for this guy to come and work with him. That's the guy. A former foreign service officer who is also a lawyer writes a letter to the police, say, I want to carry weapons when I am doing a demonstration. Is he not insane? Look at his training, foreign service officer. FSO here means foreign service officer. A5 at the beginning of the foreign service. So A5, you go to A4, then A3, then A1, then ambassador. That's how the foreign service ranking works. So A5 means just from the university you start that way. So you start as A5. Then you come to office of the president. This is a guy who has ever worked at the office of the president, working under Secretary Atuguba. This is the guy. This is the kind of opportunity he's had. And then he goes abroad, comes back and says, I'm doing Fix the Country. He names himself Osajefo, a name that people don't even want to pick because it's so huge. It's Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Adom-Otchere in his title. And it's so huge and it's so revered. And he just puts it up on himself because Facebook allows you to do that. No, if I go on Facebook tomorrow and I say that I'm Prince Charles, nobody's going to say anything. That's the freedom. Okay, so he puts it on himself, and the megalomania is just hitting him until he comes to the point where today, if you go on his page, he's just apologizing. Who is he apologizing to? He shouldn't apologize. He should go to Dr. Asare and be treated. That's the apology he should render to himself. Go to Dr. Asare, psychiatric hospital, and be treated. That's what you need. When you are treated, come back to society, and then we can all work with you. We don't want to work with insane people. Go and treat yourself, young man. Okay.